Does your client look like crap? Well, you've come to the right place. Look at how pixelated that is. Disgusting. And the background is dark brown. Like, what is that? We need dark mode in here. Anyways, first plugin, GPU. Look at that. Much better, right? Already full HD. Then we want to take the brown and get rid of that. So the plugin is Resource Packs. Turn that on. Very nice. Now it's nice and dark. And why is the chat box half of the screen? What game has a chat box that's that big? Well, fixed mode hide chat is the plugin name. Enable that. And now I have a fixed mode no chat. Very nice, right? Well, I have a lot more plugins to show you guys. So stick around and I'll teach them to you. So if this video does help you out, please drop a sub and hit the bell icon. It helps the channel out a bunch. And there's going to be stuff for everybody. You know, PvMers, if you're new to the game, if you're a really experienced PKer, I can guarantee you there's plugins that you don't have that I use all the time that make the game way better and give me advantage as well. Alright, so the first one that I turned on at the start of this video was GPU, and my draw distance is set to 80. You can set it to like 100 and that will change how fast stuff will be. I can set it to 50 as well and it brings the fog in, right? But I like mine to set to 80. You want MSAA 8, just like smoothing. If you turn this off, the smooth, see how everything's a lot more grainy? I like this on 8, but you can do 16 if you want it even more smooth. I choose XBR. A lot of people leave it on like bilinear. You can see items change as well. I think it looks way sharper with bilinear like that. You can see the difference already. You can also unlock your FPS. If you turn this off, look, my FPS is 50. Turn it on, straight back to 144 FPS. Very nice. That's what I've set it to. I could have even high FPS if I wanted, but I don't really want to play RS at 300 FPS. You know, you don't need it. And I like bright textures on. So I put the Infernal Cape on. You can see it's bright. If I turn this off, that's what the traditional Inferno looks like. Trash. Alright, so for the Resource Packs plugin, if you go down to this little paintbrush, you can choose what you want. I have mine set to grey theme, but you can literally change it to anything, you know, like let's switch to Crazed, for example. See, there's a lot of different styles. You can literally pick whatever you want. There's so many. Anyways, mine's on grey if you want to copy me. Okay, so the next plugin is the Visual Metronome. These are my settings currently. You can actually toggle it on to flash on the ground, but you can see mine's here. I've set it up on the side of my screen. You just hold Alt and then you can drag it around. You can make the box bigger or smaller. It's an exact game tick. Basically, in RuneScape, a game tick is 0.6 seconds and you have that long basically to do any input you want. You can time your movements, your specs, your, like, you know, everything. The game literally runs off of it. So when the game lags, this will also not switch. So it'll be extended or shorter according to the game. I personally use it for switching, so if you time your switch with the flash, it'll be a perfect one tick. See? Easy. The settings that I have, I don't have any number ticked on. This is all on the right side. If you guys want to see these, all the settings for these kind of things that are long and you have to change a lot of stuff, I have it in my Discord, so make sure you join the link in the description. Oh, I just got a kiss from Sir Pixel. Very nice. So another aesthetic that I like, if I have 40 fog set on the GPU plugin, then you can add Skybox to change the color. So I currently have my Skybox set to whatever this color is, F1, F4, C9. But if I turn it off, the sky turns black. You might prefer this. I personally like the foggy kind of look, but you know, sometimes I change it. You can even make it purple if you want, but you know, I think this looks pretty nice. Gives you a nice view of your surroundings. Of the Discord, I have my mouse in there if you guys want it. The reason I have it as a square is because the items, when you have a normal pointer, it's not symmetrical, right? So when I touch the top here, I can click already. If I touch the pointer here, I can click already. But if it's a normal mouse pointer, when it touches the bottom of the mouse, you can't click the item. So I just find it easier for me, but that's my personal preference, you know what I mean? My DPI I play is 250, Windows setting 6 out of 11, and I think that's everything. I have my mouse pad and everything linked as well in the Discord. Alright, so the next plugin is Customizable XP drops. And as you can see, this is probably one of the most broken plugins. It literally tells you what your hit is going to be. You don't have to do any math anymore. Look, if I turn it off and I shoot a man, well, I mean, if I hit a 0, nothing happens. But, yep, there you can see I get 5 XP, 32 XP. You have to do the math yourself. Whereas I turn this on, no more thinking, it tells you exactly what you're going to hit. You know you're going to finish off a PvM monster or someone in the wilderness. It's just OP. It used to be bannable, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, now it's not. My settings, just click Group XP Drop. I change my delay to 18, 30 and all that. Copy all these settings on the right. Once you've done that first section, go down to the next section. Font, you can change that. I have the shadow on, which I think looks better. And then you make sure you go down to predicted hit, tick predicted hit, never group predicted hit. And most importantly, which will why other people have issues and they always come and ask me in chat, you need to hide some of the skills. Wherever I put that, where is it? Here it is. Skills to filter. Make sure you hide strength, range, hit points, defense, and attack. But you want magic on, because even if you hit a 0 or a splash, you need to see that you cast it as well. Or you can get a 52 XP drop. Freeze, you can get a freeze, you can catch it, but hit a 0. So that's why you need the mage to still be on. Plugin is the stretched mode plugin. I have increased performance mode on, and I also usually have keep aspect ratio on, but my monitor's perfectly shaped, so I don't need it on right now. But if I were you, turn aspect ratio on and performance mode. People wonder why I play on full screen. I just think it's way better. You wouldn't play any other game on a tiny little client and squinting like at the screen, you know? Put it on full screen, don't hurt your eyes, and of course, it'll make you a better player. Like, for your switching, you want it to be as big as possible, so you can click as soon as your brain processes that you've hit the item, you know what I mean? And of course, you only need to flick not that often to the main part of the screen. So you use your arm for the flick, use your wrist for the items. Alright, so we are currently at LMS because I want to show you the next plugin, which is really, really important if you want to get into PvP or just basically need to do Iron Man stuff at LMS. Turn on the PvP performance tracker. Basically what it does is it keeps track of how you're doing in the fight skill-wise. It has nothing to do with what's happening in-game, but it tells you if you played better or not. It's a good way to see if you're improving. And there'll be one little overlay that says how much on average you should have dealt, and then how much you actually dealt below it. He's dead. Very nice. Okay. So he says a nice RNG as he dies, but as you can see on the tracker to the right, you can see I absolutely destroyed the man. Here is my deserved damage at the top and how much I actually dealt in game. So I only did 10 damage more than I deserved to, and that's how the tracker works. Alright, I'm just destroying the players in this game currently, but the next plugin, if you want to be even more OP in PvP fights when you're NHing, turn on Entity Hider and not line of sight, player outline. As you can see, I'm invisible now, but what that means is when I stand on top of somebody, they won't be able to see what I'm doing. So, while we look for someone, as you can see here, corner tile indicators, it shows me where I really am. See how I'm not actually where my character looks? Yep, well, turn that on, boys. Oh, she's on me! Alright, so now you can see the power of the Entity Hider. Look at this. So, if I was standing on him right now, I could see that he's wearing a crossbow, even though I'd be on top of him, you know what I mean? On top of him right now, he's wearing mage. I don't need to change my prayer because I can see exactly what he's doing. So I see his overhead as well. I'm going to bolt him off prey. He's praying melee, so I'm going to bolt him again off prey, and I know exactly what he's wearing, so I don't need to change my prayer. It's just so OP. Entity Hider with this is just such a broken thing, you know? Oh, I just poked him with no spec. No one saw anything. It is LMS Game 1. Power of the Entity Hider. Next awesome plugin I want to show you guys is Line of Sight. As you can see, when I toggle it on, I can color in an area, a distance. And I've set mine to my attack range. So, if I step out of my attack range, see how this is not in the shadow anymore? It drags me. So if you're PvMing or PKing, you can max distance somebody and yeah, know exactly what's going to be going on. Also, if I lose line of sight, you can now see I can't see him. It will tell you if you can attack or you can't attack. Can't attack, and now I can attack because the shadow is encompassing everything. The settings I have is I've set it to 10 tiles, outline only, border color is just like this. And then tile fill, of course, as well. It's just opacity, basically. Next, if you like to AFK and train your accounts, AFK Cooldown is a really good plugin. See, it shows you on your logout button when you're going to log out, and it resets according to if you move or do a function. The next thing is if you use Ring of Recoils, whether you're doing a quest or you're PKing, if you turn this notifier on, it shows you when you're not wielding one. And when you wield one, then it doesn't show up here. Really good if you can't be bothered checking when it breaks. I'm sure everyone's seen that clip of Odoblock losing a 5-bill kill because his recoil broke, so this plugin would help with that. Alright, the next plugin is the plugin I use to auto log into accounts. It's Keepass XC. Basically, it's a local stored file. It's a third party. It's been around for a long time. If you don't trust any third party stuff or you don't trust me, that's fine. Don't download it, but it's just what I use. And you can see here I have all my accounts and I can just log in. So say I want this account, boom, auto fills it for me, log in, and then it disappears from the sidebar as well. This plugin is called Annoyance Mute, and you definitely want this. You can toggle it on. Basically, it mutes stuff that you don't want to hear the sound of. So I mute the ACB spec, the cannon spin, thralls. I don't know why cows is here, but anyways, you can mute a bunch of monsters, skilling, as well as custom stuff. You can mute sounds that you have custom. So you can see I have a few here that I've added in myself. Very good plugin. The next plugin is called AntiDrag, and what it does is it like stops you from dragging your items. You have to click it for a sec before it lets you drag it, which is really good because say you're switching, you don't want to like drag all your items while you're trying to do a switch, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that your switches are nice and clean. Well, there you see it. That's an 8-way 1 ticker. Visual metronome, you can see I start clicking as soon as it switches, and I have anti-drag on as well, so I can't drag my items. Really cool, but I don't use is 117 HD. If you guys haven't tried this before, I mean, it looks a bit weird because it's loading. Give it a sec. You literally have to play the game in HD. Very different, right? I mean, you can change the settings and stuff. I personally don't play on it, but it is pretty cool. If any of you remember like HDRS back in the day, it's like that. Look, you even got a shadow on the ground. But yeah, if you're into like HD graphics, definitely chuck this on and give it a go. The next plugin that I love is Attack Styles, and if you're playing a restricted account or you don't want to train a certain skill, you can toggle it on. So say I don't want defense to show at all, I can also hide my auto retaliate. Turn this plugin on, Attack Styles, there you go, defense is gone, auto retaliate is gone. No more misclicking the auto retail, and no more training defense on your 1 defense pures. Alright, so the next plugin is the Bank plugin. I get people asking me, how do you type your bank pin in with the numpad or so fast without clicking? It's called Bank plugin, sorry, and you just click keyboard bank pin. But I already unlocked mine, unfortunately. So the next plugin is called Bank Tag Layouts. Make sure you have bank tags and bank tag layouts turned on. And basically, it's all of these on the side. I can literally get geared in 1 second. Like, if look, this is my inventory here. This is the gear that I'll be wearing. So what I'll do is I click, 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 wield it, then just go left to right like this, and I'll withdraw the inv. I'm done literally in 15 seconds, and I'm geared, ready to go. Very, very nice plugins. Another one of my personal favorites, Boost Information. And as you can see, I have mine very nice and compact. Down here on the bottom right, hold Alt to drag it around. And if I brew down, see, I can see that I'm not ready to barrage because I'm 88 magic. Very good if you are trying to PvM or PK, and you need to know exactly what your stats are at all times, and you make sure you want to be max potted and stuff. It's very important. Oh, we've got a follower. What's going on, manual? Ever wondered how to zoom so far in? It's the camera plugin. You can expand your inner zoom limit and your outer. Of course, you can zoom really far out as well, which is really nice. You can change the speed as well that you zoom. And another thing that I like to change is the camera smoothing. So as you see, when I rotate the camera, it's really smooth and nice. Definitely something I'd like to use all the time. So I would add that if I were you guys. Camera smoothing and camera plugin. The Zerk boss is here. Anyways, so my next plugin is called Charge Calculator. This one right here. You can choose how many charges you want, but it's really good for your staff. So as you can see, if I want to fill it all, I just press fill. Or if I want less, I can do this and I set the amount, and now I'm ready to PvM basically and have RKS Spellbook ready to go. But if I want to just fill it, I just press fill, press enter, done. Don't have to type anything in. Very nice. Alright, so the next plugin is called Clear Unsent Messages. You know how sometimes you'll be like PKing, you spamming, and then you like type and it's like 11111. Well, if I just wait, it'll disappear after a sec if I don't do anything, which is nice. Why is it not working? Oh, there you go. There, it's disappeared. So if I'm just in a fight and I've mistyped or mispressed the button, it will just remove it and I don't have to be spamming the wrong things when I try to type later. Companion Pet plugin. I currently have the Chompy selected. You can pick any pet, you don't even need it in game, it'll show up behind you. Right now I have it toggled off, but yeah, that's how it works. How come I have a timer that's loading on my food when I eat it in game? It's called Consumable Cooldowns. You can change the settings and just copy mine here on the right. But yeah, like you can see if I drink a Karam, you can see I'm locked on these, I can't eat them. So you gotta wait. If you're on ping, it's really good for triple eating and timing it, you know what I mean? Like that. Definitely not an essential, but my next favorite plugin is called the Chinbompa Plugin. Let me drop a cannon right here. Bruh. Again, I was just trying to say, it's called Chinbompa, and it shoots Chinchompas out of the cannon. Come on, I've already killed too many men, you can't even see it. Bruh. Alright, come here. There you go. Shoots the Chinchompa out of the cannon. I don't know, one of my favorites. It's called Decimal Prices. It's just basically you can do like 1.1k instead of writing 1/100, you know what I mean? Or if I want to do 5.5 mil, I can do an M or a B if you want billion. Just makes it a lot easier. We have Equipment Inspector, so just toggle that on. If you want to see what someone's wearing, right click, click Equipment. It'll show you exactly what they've got on. which is really useful if you're new to the game or you just want to know what someone's wearing, if they're risking anything. Pretty good to use. Alright, next up, of course, we have the Emojis plugin. Like, you just have to drop one of these on someone when you kill them, you know? Definitely install it. Running on a pretty like lower NPC, or you run a lot of clients, FPS control is really good. You can limit if you're like toggled off RS, it'll make your FPS drop. So like if I toggle this and click somewhere else, it'll turn my FPS to 10, see? Then if I click back on the RS screen, straight back up to what I was doing before. Another good plugin is friend notes. So say someone name changes a lot, you can write who they are, and then the name change, it'll still say who they are, which is really useful. Alright, this is a good one. Global F keys. You know how you have to go into your settings and change your controls all the time? Well, when you have global F keys, it doesn't matter what you have in game, it'll just always have the same settings when you're playing on a certain client. If you want to know exactly how much you're making, you can do the GP per hour plugin and it'll tell you how much you've made. I don't know if I can drop this. Let me see. Put it down. If I pick it up, it should go out to 0. So it says how much you've lost, how much you've made. Pretty cool plugin. Next up, we have ground markers. So you can actually hold shift and then mark tiles if you need to, you know, label a tile as well. You can be like, title it. You can also change the color. Say I want it to be, I don't know, let's do red. So it'll change it. And yeah, you can unmark it as well if you don't want it anymore. Very nice. You can change the settings on the right. Is the ground items plugin. As you can see, it puts a little circle of when the item's going to despawn as well as how much it's worth. So if you get a drop, you can see straight away what's on the ground. Or if you see a big loot pile, you can right click and take what's most valuable. Really good plugin. Make sure you have it on. Oh, I can't speak. Next option is Hiscores Plugin. So if you turn player option on, you can literally look up anyone. It's very nice and useful if you want to look up someone's stats, see what they're rocking, see if they're a bot, see if they're legit, you know? Good plugin. Plugin is item prices, but you don't want it to show up when you're doing switches and stuff, you know? So see, it's hidden from an invent when I'm outside of a bank. I've toggled it to only show in the bank, but say I need to see if what's worth what. If I need to sell something and I need a certain amount of money, I can see how much they're worth just by hovering over it, which is very nice. If you're like me and you really need to log out fast, make sure you get the large logout plugin. Just makes it really massive. I think it's pretty good. Next plugin is key remapping. So you can see if you have no F keys on a laptop or whatever, you can change it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you want it to be like QWER, you can do that as well. Whatever you want, you can change your keys to a custom thing instead of using these hotkeys. So the way that it works, make your tabs to the F keys in game, like this. Say you want spec to be F5, and then on F5 you go and change it here to whatever you want it to be. If you prefer like a more minimalistic and simple look, you can turn on low detail, which just removes all the little stuff on the ground. Some people prefer this. Sometimes I used to play on this actually as well. It is nice. But yeah, that's if you want that. People probably already know this, but Loot Tracker keeps track of everything that you've PK'd. See, I cannoned a few men earlier. It shows me exactly what I got for them. If you want it compounded like this, you can do it as well. You can see what I got from PKing on this account, from the men, you know, very nice. Make sure you install this one. All right, the next plugin is the max hit calculator. And as you can see, you can customize it and stuff, but as you switch your gear, it'll show you your different max hits, which is very nice if you're trying to figure out what gear you should go out in. If you want a PvM or if you want a PK, it's very useful for everyone. You swap it. It also has a shift click walk here, which you, like pretty much everyone uses in PvM. You can, so like if I hold shift, look, I can just click and I can walk under. Anything that's in the way, it just bypasses it. Really good if something has an annoying hitbox. And you can also change the teleport options of, say, a cape. So let's go with, I don't know, let's go mythical cape maybe. So as you can see right now, I can left click my mythical cape to teleport. And you just change that by holding shift, right click, swap the left click, and you can reset it. See, now it just wears it on left click. And I'll put it back on, left click, teleport. And now I can left click teleport. You can do it with any item you want. So if you want your glory to be a left click teleport, you can do that as well in the equipment slot. So we have NPC indicators. So you just hold Alt, wait, I'm trolling, hold shift, and then you can tag them all. So it's really useful if you're doing certain monsters, you just want to PK them or can't see something properly. You can also change it to be like the hull if you want. You know, like this. You can change it to be true tile as well. Whatever you like, you can customize it very nicely. If you're not a fan of the traditional portal Nexus, you can change it with the Nexus menu map. So then when you do it, it just goes by location instead. So yeah, if you want to change it, give it a go. Okay, you may have noticed that I have no empty option on my potions. I can't accidentally empty them. That's the not empty plugin right here. And of course, no examine as well. I can't examine anything. I don't really need that. I just like to have less options wherever I can. Another thing you can also change is you can remove the trade option off of players as well. Player trade options, if I toggle it off, now I can't do trade as well, which is very nice. You can also toggle report abuse. What am I saying? Can't speak. You can also toggle the report button off as well. See, player report options. So if you tick it on, there's an option to report. But if you turn that off in here, that will also be removed. So those 4 little things that I always toggle off so that I have less options on everything. Next up, we have object markers. Sometimes you need to mark an object, so you can change the color and everything on these as well, which is pretty nice. Yeah, not bad. Opponent information, you can see it in the top left here when I'm shooting this thing. Whoever you're attacking, whether it's a player or not. You can also choose to have it as a percentage. This is better for some really big bosses that have like special attacks at like 33%, 66%, that kind of thing. Or you can do both, of course. Like in the Colosseum, I had both, but I personally like hit points when I'm not doing anything like that. Yeah, good, very good plugin. It's really good for wilderness content. You can do player indicators, and basically it'll put their name on top of them, but you can also just set it to only on map as well. So if I remove it from above head and just disable that, but I still have it on the map, as you can see, which is a really nice plugin, especially if you're, worried that you're going to get attacked. Okay, so if you didn't get Keepass XC, which is what I use to log in, you can use this one, which does not store passwords, and you can just add the title, say, I don't know, med level, and then you add the username, and then when you log in, you just click that. So say I want to use that account, and I log in here on Profiles plugin, I click med level, see it changes the username for you. Plugins in the game, Quest Helper. So you just right click a quest, start Quest Helper once you've got it installed, and you literally have the steps on the side. It'll tell you what you need, everything. You don't need to do everything on the internet anymore. You can just use this plugin. It's seriously OP. Make sure you have it installed. Everyone should have this. Alright, another really cool plugin is the RSN Hider. So I could literally change my name to whatever I want. See? Boti. I can be Zezima if I want. Zezima. Don't know how you say it. There you go. Zezima. Easy. Very nice plugin. The other plugin, but you can use this REST plugin since we haven't got it in the game. But yeah, it's from RS3. Pretty nice. Alright, so next up is the report button. You can literally set up a time to see how long you've been logged in for. If that's really important for 6-hour logs as well. Or you can just turn it off if you don't want it, which is nice. But you can change what you want it to do. Plugin is the Spellbook Plugin. So make sure you have it on and you can spell reorder. You can basically drag stuff around like this, see? You can drag your spells. Very, very nice addition. Not many people know about this yet. Alright, so next up we have the spam filter, and you can have show mark spam on messages. So say I don't want to see this message ever again, right click it, mark spam, and it'll just remove it. And if anyone says that again, it'll never show up in your chat box. So this one is actually not too bad. Some people like it. I don't personally use it, but status bars, and you can have your HP or prayer on these basically bars that are useless in RS, and you can change them to whatever you want as well. I could change it to prayer again, hit points, run energy even, anything you like. Not bad. Next up, make sure you have the timers plugin on. You can also have it so it shows you how long you've got left on your tele block, which is really important in PvP. Or you can have your vengeance timer to see how much longer you have left on your venge when it's up. If you're a PvMer, I guess imbued heart timer, divine pots timer, it's all there. It's really good. A really cool one is the weapon gear animation replacer plugin. And basically you can put in whatever you want. It lets you switch your gear. You don't even have to have it on. See, I'm not wearing it, but I can put on whatever items I'd like to look at. Next we have unresponsive cursor. So say I pull my internet out. I won't right now because I'm streaming, but basically, it'll show a message on screen telling you if it's the server or if it's your actual internet. So I think this is really important to know, because if it's a server lag, you can just wait it out. But if you're DC, you might want to spam your tab if you're a hardcore or whatever. I don't get PK'd for like bills, but yeah, as you can see, this is the Wilderness Lines plugin. It shows you where the multi-lines are, where the teleport line is. You can set it to 30 line, show 20 line, in case you're using a glory or a house tab to tele. Really good plugin. Another really good plugin is this attack timer metronome. So as you can see, it shows it above my head. I have it set to really opaque so you can hardly see it, but there is a timer going above my head. You can make it way more vivid if you want. And it just, yeah, it just shows you when you're ready to hit again. Alright, the next plugin is the animation transmog. You can change how you die. Look at this. I've changed it to plank, and you die in a different animation. You can choose any of these, to be honest. There's a lot of different things. Pretty cool. This is the vaporize animation. So weird. Alright, I'm going through all the animations. So first, Hail Zamorak. Pretty nice animation. Let's go with Praise Saradomin now. What's this one look like? Oh yeah, so same thing but white. What else have we got? Ancient Disciple. So purple. Glitch. Oh gee, that just disappeared. Alright, what about Pommel Smash? Oh yeah, I like it, I like it. Question marks. Drank a potion, okay. Darkness Ascends. Okay, I really like that. I think I'm going to keep mine as Darkness Ascends. Let's try 2010 vibes. Oh yeah, interesting. Jad 2 OP. Oh, so you die to teleport. That's pretty good as well. And even change the normal spellbook animations. Pretty interesting. Plugin, if you want to know how long you've got left before you can log out in the wilderness, the combat logout timer will tell you. So say you've got the freeze on someone, you run around 6, 5, 4, and I'm spamming logout. It'll log out when I hit 0. The next plugin is the spec dialogue plugin. You can literally put whatever you want it to say when you spec, and it'll do it. Very nice.